Choosing the right tire inflator can make a big difference when you need to check your tire pressure, inflate a flat tire, or stay prepared during a road emergency. Between inflation speed, power options, digital pressure control, automatic shutoff, portability, and overall reliability, not all tire inflators offer the same experience. To help you choose, I've selected the top 3 tire inflators you can get right now, based on performance, ease of use, power flexibility, and value for money. In the third, I picked the Astro AI, and I think this is a very solid choice for people who want something affordable, compact, and easy to keep in the car for emergencies. After using it, one of the first things I liked was how simple it is to operate. You just plug it into the 12-volt cigarette lighter, connect it to the tire, set your target pressure on the digital display, and let it do the work. The automatic shutoff feature is very convenient because you do not have to keep watching it the whole time. I also like the compact size. It does not take up much space, so it is easy to store in the trunk, under a seat, or even in a small storage compartment. For everyday drivers, that is a big plus, because it is always ready when you need it, without becoming bulky or annoying to carry around. The 9.8-foot cord is also useful, because it gives you enough reach for normal tire inflation without too much hassle. Another good point is the built-in LED light. It may seem like a small detail, but if you ever need to inflate a tire at night or in a dim parking lot, it really helps. The digital pressure gauge is also clear and easy to read, and I like that it supports different pressure units, which makes it more flexible depending on your preference. In terms of performance, it does a good job for normal car tire inflation and feels quick enough for regular use. It is not designed to be a heavy-duty garage compressor, but for topping off tires or handling an emergency on the road, it gets the job done well. Another thing I would mention is that this model is especially good for people who just want a simple tire inflator to keep in the car at all times. It is not the most powerful or the most advanced option, but it does exactly what most drivers need in a normal situation. If your tire pressure drops, or if you want to check and adjust your tires before a long drive, this is the kind of tool that can save you a stop at the gas station and make the whole process much easier. The main downside is that customer feedback is a little mixed on long-term durability and on how consistent the auto shutoff feature can be. So while it works very well for the price, it still feels more like a practical budget option than a premium long-term tool. Overall, I think the Astro AI is a great value choice for drivers who want a portable inflator that is easy to use, compact, and reliable enough for everyday tire maintenance. Secondly, I chose the Craftsman tire inflator, and this one stands out because of its versatility. What immediately makes it interesting is that it offers 3 different power options. You can use a V20 battery, plug it into a wall outlet, or power it through a 12-volt car adapter. That flexibility makes it much more practical than a basic inflator, because you can use it at home, in the garage, or on the road depending on the situation. When testing it, I found it very easy to set up and use. The digital PSI gauge is simple to read, and setting the desired pressure is straightforward. I also like the automatic shutoff feature, because once you set the pressure, the inflator stops when it reaches the target. That makes the whole process easier and removes a lot of the guesswork, especially if you just want something fast and convenient. Performance is good overall, especially for everyday jobs, like inflating car tires, bike tires, and other smaller items. It feels more versatile than the number 3 product, because it gives you more ways to power it and more freedom in where you use it. That is a major advantage if you want one inflator for both home and travel use. What I also like about the Craftsman is that it fits well into a tool collection. If you already use Craftsman, this becomes a much better value because you can use the same battery system you already have. That makes it more convenient for garage use, DIY projects, and quick tire top-offs around the house. It feels less like a basic emergency pump and more like a practical tool you can use regularly. That said, there are a couple of important things to keep in mind. The biggest one is that the battery and charger are sold separately, which means the price can go up quickly if you are not already using Craftsman tools. Customer feedback is also more mixed when it comes to reliability, airflow speed, and value for money. Some people are very happy with it, while others feel it is a little overpriced for what it delivers. Overall, I still think the Craftsman earns the number 2 spot because it is convenient, flexible, and easy to use. It is a very practical option, especially if you already own compatible Craftsman batteries and want an inflator that can work in multiple situations. And to finish, first of all, I picked the DeWalt tire inflator because, in my opinion, it is the strongest and most complete option in this top 3. The first thing I noticed is that it feels more premium and more heavy-duty than the others. It has the kind of design that gives confidence right away, especially if you want a tool that feels durable and built for regular use. One of its best features is the 3 power source options. You can use a 20-volt max battery, 12-volt DC power, or 110-volt AC power. That makes it extremely versatile because you can use it at home, in the garage, in the driveway, or in the car. I really like this kind of flexibility because it makes the inflator useful in more than just emergency situations. The digital gauge is another strong point. It is easy to read, simple to set, and helps you dial in the exact pressure you want. The automatic shutoff feature also adds a lot of convenience. Once the target pressure is reached, the machine stops on its own, which makes inflation easier and more precise. It is the kind of feature that saves time and makes the tool more comfortable to use. Another thing I liked is that this inflator is not limited to just car tires. It also includes high-pressure inflation and high-volume inflation and deflation modes, so it can be used for larger inflatables like air mattresses or rafts. That makes it more useful as an all-around inflator, not just a tire pump. The onboard storage and LED light are also nice practical additions, especially if you need to use it outside or at night. In terms of performance, this is the model that feels the most capable overall. It is easy to use, portable enough to travel with, and powerful enough to inspire more confidence than the cheaper options. Another reason I place the DeWalt at number 1 is that it feels like the most reliable choice for people who want something more serious. It is the kind of inflator you can keep in a work truck, garage, or emergency kit, and actually trust when you need it. The design feels sturdy, the controls are simple, and the different power options make it useful in almost any situation. For me, this makes it the best long-term choice in the ranking. Of course, it is not perfect. Customer reviews still mention mixed feedback on battery life, speed, and the auto shutoff feature. And since this is a tool-only version, you may need to buy the battery separately if you do not already own DeWalt tools. Still, even with that in mind, it delivers the best overall package. Overall, I think the DeWalt tire inflator deserves the number 1 spot because it offers the best mix of power, versatility, convenience, and build quality. If you want the most complete and dependable option in this top 3, this is the one I would choose. That's it for this top 3 tire inflators. As you've seen, each model has its own strengths. Whether you want a compact inflator to keep in your car, a versatile option with multiple power sources, or a more heavy-duty model for regular tire maintenance. If you are interested in the product, the link is in the description. But above all, subscribe to not miss the next videos. See you soon.